Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you are a subscriber. We have 4 images here in front of you. You're gonna pick the one that you're most drawn to. I will give you 10 seconds. Just focus again on whichever one draws you in. That is the one that is meant for you. So here we go. Here's the countdown to 10. Okay, so if you pick the butterfly, this is your reading. Okay, so let's find out what your parents secretly think about you. So we do have a father showing up here. We do have a father. It looks like to me, we do have the family card as well here with the 10 of Cups. Interesting enough, it looks like not too bad cards, but I will say though that you're a bit of a surprise. Now with the Tower card being the first card, you literally could have been a surprise, as in the way you came into the world. Maybe you were unannounced, maybe you were not planned, but it can also talk about your behavior. Maybe you were that child that was always kind of, in things, like maybe issues, maybe spontaneity, like, never know what this person's gonna say to me today, my child. Maybe, I feel like the parents of this child, like you, would have to be on guard all the time because they just don't know what's gonna happen. Now, this could literally be that you were maybe even a wild child, someone who just didn't follow the norms. This definitely could point to as well as, a child who was very, very active in their teenage years. So again, never know what my child's gonna do. Maybe it's a child that has to be kind of talked to often because I just don't know what they're capable of. Maybe they're kind of always in spats in school. I don't know. Something like along those lines is what I'm trying to say. So, you kind of gave your parents a little bit of a headache. Now it's interesting. It kind of can still even talk about today. So maybe again, like you're different from them. Maybe your parents are more calm or traditional, and you're just kind of maybe even breaking all the norms. Maybe you're just, I don't know. There's always a surprise effect here. Now it's interesting here because we have the 2 of Swords, so they never see it coming. They never see it coming with you, but you literally are the Tower. When your parents think of you, I mean, I'm not saying that they would, say that you are a tower to them consciously, but if they were to be asked about, you and how they feel about you, you would be a tower a moment with them. I never know what she's gonna do. I never know what he's gonna do. You might be even that type who just picks up and takes off. I think you could have maybe even some type of parents who are smothering because of that reason. Like, I get here, we have very family-oriented people, and maybe they're traditional, and you just come along and you're just, different. And it's interesting with the Wheel of Fortune here. There is a knowing of each other. So whenever I see the Wheel of Fortune in a spread, it really does talk about karma and karmic cycles, life cycles. So you've definitely known each other before, okay? You've played this role before many times. So I think when they have this connection with you, it's like they've known you before. Maybe they've even made comments to that effect. I know with me, my mother used to always tell me, I think you were my mother in a past life, because I was different to her, which I won't talk about today, but we had differing personalities and I always came off as more the mother. So she would always tell me that. So it feels to me like we know each other, very happy. Like, I feel like there's a sense of love with this pile. With the Sun card here too, it talks about the fact that they love your energy. I mean, I think you're a great addition to any party that they're hosting. I think everybody wants you there. I think everybody welcomes you there, but it's like they can't control you to some extent. It's like you're just always doing something out of the norm, or that's a bit shocking. Maybe you've done things that have been shocking in your life, growing up, and it's like they couldn't even maybe even recover, or it took them a while to recover from it. So there's that bit of shock value when it comes to you, but like definitely with the Sun card, you were a blessing coming in. There's no regrets. Absolutely not here. They love you dearly. They want you to be everywhere. They are. They want you to be at any function. But again, there's just this little thing that keeps irking them in their side of their mind. Like, I don't know what she's gonna do, you know? You are a tower moment to them. Definitely. Now moving down here with the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Six of Swords, it talks about your father. Now, I don't know if the father departed early, as in crossed over to the other side, passed away early. I don't know if your father moved away or if your father was in another country. But it's interesting here with the Emperor. It has the Emperor with the Six of Swords. So I don't know if what this has to do with. And again, you know, this is a general reading. I'm throwing this out there. I don't know who's watching. Let me know if that resonates. But there's definitely like a father at a distance. So maybe you never really felt close to your father. Maybe your father, you always wanted to feel like you had something going on with him or a deeper connection with him. But it's interesting with the Emperor here in this spread. The way he looks to me is very traditional. He could be very different than you, hence why you're the tower moment, okay? Maybe you are going outside the norms, like I said, but nevertheless, with the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, you're a very, very successful person. Like, nobody can't say anything to you. So regardless if you're causing this shock value and you are, you know, testing the waters or boundaries, or you were a rebellious child, nobody can say that you're not successful. So it's not like these things have hurt you. So these things could have been more positive, like these, you know, surprises. But it's interesting with the father here. I don't know what this is. There's a father here. And I feel when I'm looking at him sitting also next to the Six of Swords, it feels also on your end like you wish you could have had maybe a deeper bond with him, or it's like he's distant somehow. So again, I don't know if he's in another country, or if you felt like maybe you had a more closer connection with your mother, but your father didn't really love you, or your father didn't love you the way you wanted to be treated. Maybe these acts of, you know, rebelliousness is because of the father. Maybe it's because of that. Sometimes we never know why children do what they do, okay? We just don't. Because they don't have the verbiage to tell us. So there could have been some friction with the father. That's what I feel like here. I don't feel like it's very loving energy. I feel like because we have the Six of Swords sitting next to him, it feels to me like at a distance, or not. I don't feel close to him, or he's not there for me somehow, something along those lines. So to reiterate here, how your parents secretly feel about you, they love you dearly, okay? They love you dearly, but there is a but. You scare them sometimes, okay? Maybe it's your leaps of faith. Maybe you don't always discuss what you're doing. It's like, hey, I'm your parents here. Why are you not asking me for my advice? You're just a go-getter. You're just going and doing whatever. You're making decisions and you don't need them. So some people definitely do consult their parents. You don't do that. You just don't. And sometimes it scares them. Like, you know, maybe every time you call, it's like, what happened now? Or like, what are you doing now? Something along those lines. So for the most part, this is really good for the butterfly pile. It's not too bad. The energy is very light. Like I said, there's just an issue here. Something along the lines with this father here. I don't know what this is. Maybe you can let me know. So yes, butterfly pile, this was your reading. Let me know what you thought, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, so if you picked the beautiful dragonfly, this is your reading. Let's find out here what your parents secretly think about you. Okay, guys, so we have a really nice pile here. We have your mother showing up first and foremost as the first card, and we have the wonderful wish card sitting next to her. So how your parents feel about you, especially we have an emphasis on the mother. Your mother is in love with you. Your mother literally, and if this is not resonating, guys, just know that every reading can't possibly resonate with you. So just move on to the next if it's not. But this is a pile where the mother is literally in love with her child. Like, maybe you were a wish baby, maybe you were a miracle baby, maybe she really wanted you, but it's kind of interesting with the world card here. She puts you on a pedestal. She waits for your phone calls day and night. You know, she's very proud as well too, very proud as well. So she could have literally showed you off as a baby, or there could have been a lot of pictures taken, but your mom desperately, desperately loves you here with this pile. It's almost like, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have her or him. You know, there's something, especially with the Queen of Cups here, you being represented as a Queen of Cups, maybe, that there's something that you fulfill within her that she was never maybe even able to get with anybody else. So that's really nice. Really nice. Queen of Pentacles would be a woman who is also, or a man, who's also very successful in life. So like, again, I feel like she's very proud of you. She always was proud of you. It also feels to me like maybe she might have been a little bit more smothering or not really wanting to let you go. Maybe to this day, she doesn't let you go. Maybe to this day, you know, she calls and it's like, if you don't answer, she'll keep calling. But we do have the Empress here as the first card. So I don't really know where the father fits in here. You know, the father might not have been bad. He might have felt the same way about you, or he might not have. But I'm saying with this pile, there's definitely an emphasis on the mother. The mother is in love here with her child, and you know, her child cannot do anything wrong. Her child maybe even, you know, to her very beautiful. This is like the prize child. This is like the golden child. This could even be like the eldest child too. There's something about the eldest child, the way that they succeed in life. It's just, it brings a lot of great pride to the family. So you could be an oldest child. You could also be a youngest as well too, you know. The baby also does something as well to mothers, but I can't deny the fact here that the love is, it's heightened here. It's heightened, and she would always be there for you. She always wants to be there for you. It's like, again, I said, like, you cannot do anything wrong in her eyes. Now, moving down here with the Temperance, there could be a very special bond between the two of you, which is, you know, really heightened. Now, this can even, you know, feel like the reason why it's like this is because you've had many lifetimes together. Seven of Cups, it's interesting. She's always thinking of you. Your parents are always thinking of you. It's funny with the Prince of Swords too, Page of Swords here too. It's funny how we have the communication. So there could be constant communication from your parents, wanting to know where you are, what are you doing. Like, again, I feel like there could be a potential smothering here, or maybe trying to be involved in your life. It's like, even if anything ever happened to you, oh my goodness, these people would not recover. They would not recover from this. So the communication, I feel like they do it because it's like, again, they're obsessed. They're obsessed with you. Now, with the Five of Wands here, there could be a little bit of arguments, and it could have to do a lot with maybe her, you know, meddling or her interfering. So if she was to say something about you, or if your parents were to say something about you, they would kind of say like, why do you sometimes fight us on things? But I think it's for your independence. I think it's for you to be you, for you to be free. But their intentions are like, they mean very well. You know, I feel actually bad for talking about the parents in this pile because they mean so much, like they mean so well with their intentions. But like, again, I understand your end too, that it can sometimes come across as like too much. So it looks to me like maybe there's some times where you guys are like, you know, have quarrels or spats about what she should be doing, what you should be doing. Maybe there's like a trying to fight for independence here with this pile. I really get that. Or even life decisions, like allow me to live my life. Like I'm hearing that. Just let me live my life, please. Let me live my life. It feels like that. And with both the Queen of Cups here, like I said, you know, I don't really like to talk about astrology signs, but, you know, you definitely could be a Cancer or have Cancer energy with this pile. You know, Cancer women are definitely really close to their mothers. I'm actually coming out with a Cancer woman video very soon. You know, when you meet a Cancer woman, her mother's a package deal with that, okay? So But if you're not a Cancer, you're very close to your mother, your parents. You would never think about, cutting them off. Sunday dinners are important. You're just, it's like, even if you meet somebody, it's like, you're going to have to accept my family. So family is very important to this pile. I think your parents have been really good to you. I don't think they've ever done anything that would make you think twice about their intentions. They've just really been there for you. So this is like a nice, really nice energy. But like, again, I do get the smothering. There's a little bit of smothering here and maybe meddling. So maybe they want to, take things into their own hands when it comes to you. Maybe they even want to kind of like set up arrangements with, maybe, marriages. I don't know. It feels like all of that. We're like a meddling, we know what's best for you. We always know what's best for you. We love you. They could probably play that card very well. They know how to get to you, how to make you feel bad. Like, I have your best intentions. I love you. Don't talk to me like this. So they know how to pull at your heartstrings, but it's just, again, there's nothing shady here. It really just feels like they really love you, okay? So this was your reading for the Dragonfly pile. Very nice, very nice. Let me know what you thought, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, so if you picked the flower pile, this is your reading. Let's see what you need to know about your parents. What do they secretly think of you? We have a lot here. So this is where the energy comes down a bit now, from very, being very fluffy and light in the previous piles to getting more serious, okay? It looks to me here like family has always been an issue. We start with the Ten of Wands. I mean, that's a card of, being overwhelmed, being tired, looking at these cards too, there could be a possibility that you maybe are not with the people that are supposed to be your parents. So this could be an adoptive situation, or this could be even maybe like you're staying with other people who might be family members like aunts and uncles, but it doesn't have to be. But I'm just saying because of the Chariot tells me this, okay? But anyways, if we are talking about your actual parents, we start off with the Ten of Wands, and that feels like heavy energy to me, and then we have Five of Swords. It looks to me like there's been a lot of toxicity or a lot of nasty energy within the family, not being able to trust everybody, and that sucks. That really does suck. You could have also been, very disconnected from them early on, where you just felt like, is this the people that I live with? Like, maybe you've wondered if you were adopted. It could literally be like that as well too. Where you're just like, I don't resonate with these people one bit, hence why we have the Hermit card here. I don't know. Maybe you've always felt alone. Maybe you always wanted to escape as well too. He's holding the earth or the planet in his hand, and he's looking out to the yonder, like, I don't know. It feels to me like that, like lots of choices that have had to be made in the family. I think you deep down, for some of you out there, might feel like they tried to love you, but it's just, I feel like there's a disconnect. And we can get into the reasons of that too as well. With the Judgment card here, this could be that you've never forgiven maybe some things that were done. Maybe some of their actions, this feels to me like when we have a family who is maybe doing certain things and it's unforgivable, and it happened when you were a child, and it didn't easily go away for you. Or this could be with the Judgment card that you have a lot of different idealisms than they do. Maybe this is a very traditional family. Maybe you're with the Queen of Wands here, very progressive. She always looks to me when she's looking at me on that card as someone who is just snuffing her nose to like tradition, what is expected of her. She wants to do her own thing. She wants to live her own way. But with the Judgment card here, there could be a lot of issues with traditions. Maybe there's one of you out there that also took off and went to a different land with the Two of Wands, and that maybe they hold against you. You left them. But nevertheless, whatever the issues are between you guys, it's like a residue. It's a residue where we cannot get over this because it just was maybe too like malicious, or you saw them in a different light. I can't really get into like specifics of what might have happened. Tailor it to your situation if it's resonating, because I could literally talk about all different reasons for all day long. Okay, but I feel here what they secretly think about you is that they don't really trust you. They also on their end are feeling like you did something that they feel like is unforgivable. And even though they may talk to you and still can maybe like offer their cup to you, they can never forget about it. So there's that energy, you know what I mean? Like what I'm trying to say, where there's that energy that stays, that doesn't go away. That's what I'm feeling here. Now with the Hermit card, you could be separated from your family right now. You might not be on speaking terms. You might be literally choosing for that to happen. Okay. I don't know how much they have a problem with that. It doesn't feel like that to me. It doesn't feel like they're smothering you or trying to get you back. Maybe they're okay with the way things are. But I feel like with the Hermit card, you feel different from them. And maybe this is why you left, or you took off, or you're maybe adopted. I don't know. Or, you just felt like there was just nothing in common. And I want you to know that, I have this as well too. I didn't feel a bond with either my mother or father. And I realize now sometimes you could be that soul, that light worker that comes in for particular family members to kind of balance out the energies or end the generational curses. You could be somebody here with this pile who's doing that. You could be signed up for that. It's always hard. It's a hard life for those people who sign up for that because they will feel different from their family. But over time, you'll start to realize that you were sent in for something, a higher purpose when it comes to this family. If you really ponder on it enough, if you meditate on it enough, you'll realize you served a purpose here. But with this pile, when we're talking about what your parents secretly think about you, there's some things that are just like, I don't know, they're holding on to. It feels like grudges. Again, I don't know what those reasons are. I don't know if it's because you've literally taken off on them or you did something, but they don't trust you. And the Seven of Swords tells me that here, okay? They don't trust you. And the Four of Wands is here sitting next to it. So they don't really trust being in a union with you. Man, this is like some harsh energy here. But you don't need to feel bad about this, I know this kind of work, it takes a while to kind of purge. Like, I'm over this. Like, when I'm talking about my own life, I'm over this. I've worked on it enough, and I realized kind of what I was sent in for. But when you're in the moment of this and you kind of cannot figure out why you feel like family is enemies, it's hard. It's hard, and that could be as well too, that you feel like your enemies. They feel like you're an enemy. You feel like you're an enemy. It's like nothing ever works out. We can't maybe even get together because there's a fight about something. I just feel like two people or a group of people who are very different from you. And with the Queen of Wands, she's going to need her independence. She's going to do her own thing regardless, okay? She's not going to be that type who's going to forget about herself just to suit somebody else's needs. So Queen of Wands also too is not going to take betrayal very well. She'll never forget it. She may forgive you, but she'll never forget it. So I think with the family here, there's been just a lot of hurt, and maybe there's just no coming back from it at this time. I'm not sure. But how your parents secretly feel about you, I don't know how much they feel. I think they think that you are different than them. You've done some things that are just unforgivable. They acknowledge you, but I don't really sense that they really care to be very super tight, okay? Something along those lines. Like, yes, they'll talk to you, they will invite you over, but it's just like there's an underlying feeling, again, of betrayal, okay, with this pile. So, and again, with the Judgment, it could have to do with traditions. It could, or their judgment of you, how you live, your judgment of them. It's very reciprocal here, okay? So I'm gonna leave it here with this pile, very heavy energy with the flower pile. Let me know what you thought, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, so if you picked the flamingo pile, let's see what your parents secretly think of you. Oh, goodness. Okay. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Give me a moment. We have the Hierophant right smack in the middle of this. This feels to me like tradition is a big deal here. Within this family, your family dynamic. I don't know if you've suffered a lot of loss. I don't know if they've suffered the loss of you. This feels to me, I mean, this is really a lot here. You know, we even have Seven of Swords. You could really not be on talking terms right now with any of your family members, or a particular family member. You know, maybe your mother. Your mother is here. I don't know. Lots of karma here. Lots of karma with this pile between you and a mother. How they secretly feel about you. It's like giving up before we even start. I don't know. It feels like that to me. I think with the Five of Cups, they gave up early on you. I don't know. This could even point to someone who's adopted. But this could also point to someone who's just maybe a mother who sensed that you were very different from them. And it's like, there's no getting my way here with this one. This one will not follow tradition somehow. With the Ten of Swords here, it also feels like defeated. I feel defeated when it comes to her. I think you're a lot more stronger than your mother maybe as well. Maybe your mother is literally scared of you. I don't know. Maybe you have always had the way of speaking. You were always able to speak how you felt, and she wasn't raised like that. I think she maybe could even be maybe more submissive than you. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of things going on here. How they feel. It's almost like I'm feeling, I'm reading the present moment. The present moment right here is that it's kind of done. It's done, it's over, or it's laying to rest right now with the Four of Swords. It's in a recuperation mode. It's in a mode of nothing happening. I think she doesn't, your parents don't trust you to some degree, because I think you're very different with the Hierophant. I think this family could be very religious. I think that they could be very stuck in their idealisms or what they believe, and you're not into that. You know, this could literally even be like when we talk about a first generation who's born in like maybe like a first world country where you have immigrant family members that come into like America or Canada, and then they want their children to follow that same way. It just doesn't work. It feels like that to me. I do think though that if I can say something, they've always worried about you. With the Nine of Cups, Nine of Swords, they've always worried about you. I feel like they will continue to worry about you. I think you make them very nervous. And again, it could be with the way that you live life. With the Moon card here though, there's a lot of things hidden about your mother that you don't know about. And that could be the reason why she behaves the way she behaves, okay? I think with the Moon card, she, behind your back, secretly thinks about you a lot, but she'll never let you know. You are actually a source of great concern for her, and you might be shocked to hear that. She thinks about you all the time. I think she can't help but think about you all the time. There's a deep connection, but it's just that I think there's different personalities here. I think that, like again, because that Hierophant is staring me in the face, I think that this is something to do with maybe religion, or she is very in touch with something, and she's very stern, and she is not going to sway her belief system. And maybe there's just something, you know, you're new age or you're like a new generation, and it's just hard for her to get into this kind of new ways. It feels like that to me. Now, How should these parents feel about you secretly as well is that you took something from them. And I don't know what it is exactly that you took for them, but it's almost like you robbed them of something. And I don't know if this is like literally like I could have had a relationship with someone, but it's like I got this person. I wanted to have this, like a relationship with someone, like a different type of relationship, but I got this. This points to me where it's like maybe there's idealisms of the parents where they want a certain life or they want their children to be a certain way with them, and they're not getting that. So this is very traditional to me. This is not letting children be who they want to be. This is what this feels to me. It feels to me like we're not allowing our offspring or our children be who they want to be in life. We're trying to stifle them. We're trying to keep them a certain way, and it's just not working. So listen, if you are not on speaking terms right now with your parents, or there's a time of maybe there's, a resting time where nothing's happening, I want you to know that they do think about you though. With the moon card here, they do, but it's hidden. It's hidden. So it's not like you'll know about it. They keep it hidden from you. I think they do really deep down love you. I really do. But it's just, I think there's a lot of differences between you guys, okay? I think they could be also very traditional, and you have a lot of chutzpah. You have a lot of independence. You are like this fighter spirit who just goes out into the world and is like, I'm going to do things different. And they don't know how to cope with that, okay? They don't know how to cope with that. Maybe they try to keep you in their traditions, and it doesn't work. You have like a pullback with that, and they feel defeated when it comes to you. It's like there's no fixing that one over there, and they're talking about you. So they've given up. I feel like when it comes to you, there's nothing more. They do realize that you are who you are, but there's a giving up of some sorts. But I'm going to tell you, they do love you. I think with the Two of Cups, they also think about a lot of good times that they had, maybe the past, thinking about past memories, but that's all they have is past memories. So again, I don't know if you're not on good terms, but your mom will always deeply love you. It's just there's not being able to get on the same page, and allowing you to be who you want to be and accepting you for that. That's what it feels like to me. And you have to understand something as well, guys. Sometimes you just can't fix things down here. You do have to wait till you go to the other side, and there's nothing wrong with that, but when it comes to making a relationship work, it's two equal energies moving towards each other. You can't just have one person who's trying to fix it all the time. And there has to be an accepting of who the other person is and being okay with that. So feels like a little bit of friction here with me, for me with this pile, with this flamingo pile. Sorry to hear that if this is what's happening, if they've been a lot of, the source of your great pain, but we're all learning down here on earth, okay? And they're learning as well. So yes, this is your flamingo pile. Thank you so much. Let me know what you thought, guys.